Evening, folks. Oh, nice. See, the river's been trimmed. That'll be because it's the River Airway Ultra. Usually first weekend or second weekend in September. Best of luck to everybody in that. Never did it once and never again. Aye, wee bit impromptu, hour and a half maybe. I've not been on the river for a couple of weeks now. Water levels have been low, water's been really warm. But just the last couple of days, temperatures dropped off. We've had a wee bit of rain. Not enough to lift the river much more than a couple of inches, but I'm kind of hoping it'll be enough to just take the edge off the heat. It's maybe cooled the water down a wee touch. I've got my wee thermometer with me, so I'll give that a check. And I was hoping to maybe put a wee bit of colour in the water as well. Just wash a bit of dirt into the water, but it doesn't look like it. So my plan tonight is, I've got the LPX nymph rod. This is either going to be pretty good, I think, or dreadful tonight. I've got my LPX nymph rod. I'm just going with a single nymph. I'll just get my usual amnesia set up onto a Daiwa carp leader. Like 12-15 foot of amnesia, just with a single orange backing barrel you can see there. And then just a tippet of about 5 feet, just to a single nymph, which tonight is just it's just like a wee olive with a tiny bit of UV dubbing at the top, very small, size 22 full in mil, so not that small. Well, the good news is the water's nice and reasonably cool, 16.5. Quite surprised at that. I thought it would have been up over 17, but the bad news is it's exceptionally clear. I was hoping we did a wee bit of colour in that water, but that's not happening. So as I say, single nymph. I don't know if this will be what this will be like weight-wise to fish a single nymph. It's only about a 2.3 mil bead that's on it. Let's get towards that stream. It's incredibly clear. I have to use that stream as a bit of a barrier and fish the other side of it. There's a wee nibble there. Oh, there's a fish. I was going to say it'll probably be a par, but I don't think it's a par. It's just a small trout, I think. As so. Hand weight. Oh, there's a weight. Just a wee thing about 6 or 7 inch. A good start though. A bit fast there. God, I think that was a salmon there. If they caught that in the camera. There wasn't a big salmon if it was, but tiny fish. A tiny grayling, right, calm down son. Size of that. Your mum would be nice, son. Right, I'm going to head upstream a bit. Maybe try a wee fly changer, so I'll maybe try something a wee bit brighter. That's a pool. Maybe in a few Dave McPhail's videos you saw him fishing. He'll generally stand over. You can walk up the middle, it's quite shallow in the middle. Fish either side. Dave will quite often do the dry dropper on this side. It's a really good bit for grayling holding in there. Usually the fish rising all over that tonight, but no, it's just that wee bit cooler, that wee drop of pressure. If I put them down a touch. We've got the excuses, haven't we? Like any sport or pastime I've ever done, I always like doing it with somebody that's better than me, because that's how you learn, that's how you improve and up your game. That's how I like fishing with wee Robert, because he's absolutely shit hot. He's back home for the rigs today, so I'll see him as well. Good. I'm an optimist. You might have picked that up. Right, this is generally a pretty decent stream. Although I think I'm going to change flies. Might get some wee bit of colour on. This is probably about my favourite nymph. In fact, I don't think there's any probably about it. A pattern that was invented by Grannom, the same man that invented the grunter, which will be well known to many of you. And it works really well at the start of the season and really well at the end of the season, and some days in between. I'm just going to slowly work my way over and start fishing for the tail of this run. So because the water's quite clear and low, I've only got single fly and £3 fluorocarbon. And the amnesia, sort of sighter if you like, section is £6. So it's quite a light setup. This is no easy tonight at all. Just continuing on with how it's been recently. Let's check that hook. No, it's fine. Needs to get a good brownie. I've not had a good fish for ages actually. A fish there. Certainly no right gradient. I think this will be my last stream, to be honest. It's getting dark quite quickly. This will be a good test for the DJI. There's a wee nibble there. This will be a good test for the DJI, low light. As I said earlier, I was at Davy McPhail's the other day. He gave me only a rod, 10 foot 2 weight, and I was taking it back to him. And he wanted to look at my DJI as well, because I think he's maybe getting a wee bit fed up with his GoPro issues. Swollen batteries and switching it to sail off and overheating, all that good stuff. Always a pleasure to talk to Davey, as you can imagine. There's a fish again. There's a wee tiny trout. Just swing him to hand. He's off. Much the same size as the first one. There's 3 trout and a wee grayling. 3 wee trout and a wee grayling. There's another one that feels a bit better. That might have been that one that jumped out. Looks like a grayling actually. I'd say that is a grayling. Let's hope we've found some grayling. That feels a decent fish, to be honest. Difficult when they get downstreamy and they put that big sail up. That is a good fish. That is the best grayling I've had out of the river for ages. It's a smasher. That was a pound on him. Flies out in the net. Right, Camden son. It's between £1.25 and £1.50. It's a beauty. Go, pal. Let's hope for some more of him. Tell me I'm recording. I am, lovely. Little cheese wee rab up no end. Come home for the rigs of internal with a decent greyling. What am I doing? There's something tangled here. Thought we'd have had more in here. There's another one. It's a wee trout. Lovely par markings. He's off as well. So the wee switch to the Grant's Grannoms, what a treat. As it generally does. So I think that's actually the best grey one I've had with my PB in January, which I never filmed. It was £3 4 ounce. I'll get some photos. I could maybe pop up. There's not really much happening in the faster water. Let's maybe go back down 5 yards to where that greyling was. Hope walking up past it's no spooked. Anybody tried these glow in the dark indicators? I've actually bought a pack of them. The wee screw together ones that are really popular. Fluoro, I think they're called. I don't really like fishing indicators, but I did think they might be quite handy for sometimes when you're down the nymph fishing for greyling. It only really starts to get good just at the last kick. Certain days and certain light are struggling to see your sighter. I wondered if they would be any good. If anybody's tried them, post something in the comments. Oh, I was a fish, I lost it. I feel alright as well. Aye, if anybody's tried them, post up. It's just the leader just getting to be a test of how good your eyesight is now. Fortunately I'm not too bad. I've got pretty good eyesight with the exception of threading very small hook eyes. We've got the Fly Dressers Guild starts next week. Ayrshire Fly Dressers Guild. I'm the treasurer this year, so it'll be myself and Keith will be running it this year if anybody wants to come along. You'll find us on Facebook. Just look for Ayrshire Fly Dressers Guild. It's not what you'd expect it to be, it's no stuffy or old fashioned or it's just a bunch of guys tying flies together. There's no condescension, there'll be people who teach you if you want to be taught, if you want to just tie flies, that's great. It's not like the older guys are brilliant at giving off tips and information and stuff. I'll post a wee link up in the comments as well. I'm actually about 4 or 5 videos behind at the moment. I've been dragging my heels throughout the summer, and what I might actually do is I might actually just rattle them out quickly to catch up so that so I don't like filming this thinking I'm not going to get this out for 2 months. I'd like to start putting my videos out a bit more current, stop bugging about, and that'd maybe encourage me to not mess about as much. And procrastinate, because when I've got 4 or 5 hanging over top of me, it just slows you down, you just can't be arsed. I definitely feel as if I've improved as a nympher this year. It took me a while to get into the nymphing. Just my usual, I bought a rod and stuff, bought all the gear and everything. No, all the gear and spend a fortune, but and then I thought after a couple of months, I don't know if this is for me. But fortunately, as I said earlier, I've got a really good mentor, Roberto, and I've kind of stuck with it and listened to him and followed his lead. And I kind of feel as if I've turned a corner a wee bit with it. I'm certainly no proficient at it, but I used to be all over the place. Used to really need a big weight and I'd get hung up all the time. Here I am casting just a single 2mm bead. Let's see a wee bit there. Let's see a wee bit there. And I've got a day booked with a guide on the Dawn in Aberdeen. A couple of weeks' time. In fact, no this weekend, but next week time, a week on Saturday. What a sedge about now. So hopefully I'll pick up more tips from Richard. I think that's a little bit doozy. I can't really see now. I can see, but there's not really much happening. A fish. Just a wee trout this for it. That was a grey one and it's off. I don't imagine the camera will be able to pick up the sighter at all in this light.